See this book? It's called Bible. This is the greatest book on the earth. If you find Mark, the 31st verset is saying, hear me out. So basically, the greatest commandment is about this. Jesus was standing with all the guys around him, and they were asking him questions. And Jesus said that the first commandment is that you gotta love God. And hear me out, the second one, 31st. The second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than this. What does love mean, first of all? I think, and Jesus thinks, and God thinks the same, that love is when you protect someone as much as yourself. When you love someone as much as yourself. When you care about someone as much as you care about yourself. And God said, love your neighbor as yourself. If my neighbor is a lesbian or a trans woman or a trans man, it doesn't matter who that person is, but it's my neighbor. I gotta love it. I gotta love that person because Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. So, tell me, why do people do not say this the way God said? Tell me why there is so much cruelty on this world just because someone is not the way you want them to be. But God said, love them as yourself. So why are you not listening to God? Why are you not listening to God? When Jesus saw that he had answered wisely, he said to him, "You're not far from the kingdom of God." And from then on, no one dared ask him any more question. Because in 32nd, he said, "Well said, teacher." The man replied, "You're right in saying that God is one and there is no other but him. To love him with all your heart, with all your understanding, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself, is more important than all burnt offerings and sacrifices." That's why Jesus said, "You answered wisely, and the kingdom is not far from you." So do you want to be in the kingdom, or do you want to just die with all of them in the war? Because the secret is here. The secret is love. The secret that God and Jesus was spreading all their life till now, till this day, is here. Love. That's all we need. Just a little bit more love. And this book, if you read it, because I did, not one time, not two, not three, I read it all my life. This is one of my favorite books, Bible. This is the greatest book. It is. You guys, if you haven't read it, that is just like amazing. All these things, just like everything is based on love. And there is so many metaphors. You can't take it directly. God said, if you don't like something, if your eye doesn't like something, take it off. What does it mean? You're not gonna take your eye off. You just don't look at that. If you don't like it, just don't look at that. And love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you love yourself, though. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? That's the thing. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love kindly, beautifully, openly someone else. It requires a lot of love to yourself, a lot of love to God, to Jesus, to the universe, and to yourself, so you can offer your love. As Jesus said here, love your neighbor as yourself.